Alright guys, jumping right back into Final Fantasy 1. So we just reached Crescent Lake, and it's not Melmond like I thought it initially was, but just as useful because it is our first town after making that canal. So we're going to check out a few of the shops here. We're mostly looking for magic and things of that sort, items. So it is notable there are no Phoenix Downs here. The dream of getting Phoenix Downs might be lost, but we'll see. We're gonna go to the armor shop, and this is really what we do in each town. We just check and see if there's anything we can equip that actually improves our stats. Any magic we can buy that's much more powerful, and really anything useful. Obviously, that's the Resurrection House. The one thing about using a monk and then all mages, there's actually not a lot of equipment that we can use. That's worth it. Not seeing anything really. As you can see, Mithril Hammer, it's already equipped for our white mage, and then the knives are already equipped for our black mages, and then the monks are generally barehanded. So this one definitely should have more spells. So it looks like we're looking at level 6 spells now with Stona, which cures stone, of course. Warp 2, which warps us out of dungeons. That can actually be really useful. Shield 2, raises party's defense and raises party's evasion. That's actually all really, really nice. Let's check what black magic we have available. We're going to start off by buying any black magic that we can, and then white magic later. So Bolt 3. Reaper. Instantly kills a foe. Earthquake, and Stun. So we only have 20,000, or 23,000 gil. But we're gonna equip Lulu with Bolt 3. And let's actually check with people. That good-for-nothing husband of mine, he does nothing but travel, then comes back and does nothing but sleep the days away. Ooh. Hey, get out of my way. Alright, cool. Nothing important there, but it's good to check. Is there anything here? What is this? This looks important. We, the 12 sages, came to this land guided by the stars and prophecies. I am Lucan. It's Lucan, a prophet. Oh my gosh. This is the guy that was referenced in Cornelia. Now legend and prophecy shall come to pass, and we shall bear witness to it. Our path is set. 400 years ago, the wind howled. 200 years ago, the water raged. And earth and fire. The forces must be turned to the right direction. Bring the light of the 4 crystals to us, light warriors. Only you can do this. Restore the light of all 4 crystals and return here. Only then can the mystery shrouding the disasters be unfolded. The fire fiend burns everything in its path. The earth fiend rots the earth. That's gotta be in Melmond. That's gotta be in Melmond. The 4 fiends schemed to gain control of all worlds in both past and future. The wind fiend appeared 400 years ago, and the water fiend 200 years ago. Together they destroyed the northern civilization. At the source of each elemental force is an altar. The fiends have gone there. Defeat them and place the crystal there. The crystal will regain its brilliance. Earth, fire, water, and wind. These are the 4 forces that compose our world. Earth, fire, water, and wind. The 4 crystals shine with the power of each element, but the 4 fiends of chaos are attempting to seize those elemental forces. We, the 12 sages, came to this land guided by the stars and prophecies. So is this the end game area? It almost seems like it. That is exciting. I'm glad I went that direction. This game is so much more fun when, like, you don't really know what you're doing. Looks like he's he's snoozing. Sleeping the days away. So we're going to check out a little bit of this continent. I don't know if there's much to explore outside of what we've already explored. Oh, we don't even have level 6 yet. We might have been a little bit premature in buying that, actually. So Yuna getting a lot of damage from the troll there. Not super great, but also, I mean, it's fine. Like, we're not gonna... Most likely nothing will happen from that. Okay, we might be in trouble. This is looking a little bit more dangerous than I initially thought. We are certainly gonna need to heal up Yuna, but Vivi gains a level. That is good. I wonder if that put Vivi across the map of having level 6. Not quite yet. So Yuna, as you saw, got absolutely pummeled. So we want to heal her up. So we got a few trolls to deal with. This is actually a little bit dangerous because I don't know if using magic right now is a good idea. I'm currently leaving a town and I've got to find another one. And who knows when I'm going to find another one, right? Like, it could be a while. First troll gets pretty much a critical hit on him. Falls pretty much immediately, so that is good to see. And getting that kill is really nice just because, you know, I mean, you saw the price of magic. It was astronomical. So we've gone north, we've gone south, we've pretty much explored this entire continent. So now we're gonna head north in our ship. I think north is gonna be the next area to go. And we are definitely gonna wanna just globally, like, try to get something going on, like some form of ice. I hope it happens soon, because I don't want to lose a character. I'll have to go back to Crescent City, or sorry, Crescent Lake. Okay, and that should be pretty bad for them. And that ice should finish them off. Not too bad. I mean, I'm barely off the continent, and I've already used so much, you know, resources with the potions. I'm hoping they incorporate high potions soon. Alright, we're gonna head north. And we're gonna do this a little bit differently. We're gonna ride the coastline if we can. Well, the one benefit is, out on sea, we're facing monsters that we generally easily kill, because they're just weaker. Ooh, that's a lot of paralyzed characters. It's not a big deal, it's just kind of annoying. Because the paralyzed will wear off. And they're just trying to paralyze people that are already paralyzed. Arguably, I maybe should have used a spell or something. Just because obviously we're getting kind of hit for a lot of that gaze there. But that'll end it right there. So not too bad. And you know that these are weaker monsters just because, like, we got 36 experience there. And that is much less than we normally get. So obviously nothing, okay. Nothing to the east. I'm going to push up here and head north. Interesting. The thing is, I feel like whenever we had these like directions, there's just like not much to explore. Interesting to encounter tarantulas. They're generally weaker. So the monsters on this continent are not as strong as I would expect. I mean, that is a good thing though. We're not dying, which is a positive. I definitely think buying Bolt 3 was a mistake. I should have paid more attention to like what I could actually use. If we're going against gas, we can just knock them out real quick. No big deal. I mean, look at this. They're fairly weak. 5 damage. Like what was that? So in the previous video, I had mentioned like a summary of the game, and like what I thought and like the themes that were like reoccurring throughout. How I might do that is there's like a bestiary or whatever of the monsters in the game with like art and stuff like that. What I might do is I might do it as sort of like a podcast kind of thing. So what I'll do is the video will be us scrolling through the monsters and the artwork, the original artwork from the designers, and the descriptions and how many we defeated and things like that while we discuss the game. It's kind of nice because I feel like from like a design, like a video, I don't know how to phrase this, it gives you something visually to focus on, which is nice because I think that's interesting information. So it's like kind of cool to like go through that while we talk through. It's just, you know, nothing's worse than just a black screen and me talking about random things, because it's not as engaging with it's like almost not using the full medium of the video. Like if it's like a true podcast, like an audio file, that makes sense. But like if it's a video, you want to put something cool on the screen while you're going through. You don't want to just be talking. At least in my opinion. Because like that's something I'd like to see, because that's kind of cool. I like seeing like the original artwork and stuff. It's just interesting. Just facing the lizards. I mean, overall, very weak enemies on this continent. So I'm wondering if I'm somewhere I've been before. Like if I somehow messed up. Oh my gosh, I bet you I am. Yeah, that's Provoca. Okay, so we messed up a little bit. It's not a big deal though. I mean, this gives us, I don't know where I'm going. I just say this gives us the opportunity to have this guy be on our way apparently. But no, it gives us the opportunity to rest up. I knew the fiends and monsters are too weak. I was like, there's got to be something wrong here, right? There's got to be. The saddest thing about this entire series is the fact that I have another save file at level 30 with the advanced levels of like everyone as like a black wizard instead of a mage, and like you know, in all these like super high levels, and I don't even recall how I got them. So like I don't even know how to recreate it. That is definitely a little bit of a challenge. So we've essentially we've essentially checked out what's west, and then we've checked out what's north. There's probably a few more things to obviously find, like westward and stuff of that sort, but we're going to continue north if we can, just seeing what there is. It is good that we're able to kill these fiends fairly quickly, just because like it's a little bit time consuming to have all the battles and stuff. That's the level we're at right now in the game. We're just like, we're rolling through them, so it's not that it's difficult, it's just like, come on. Like, we know I'm gonna win, just leave me alone. Tarantula. So poison takes effect. So we have invested in some antidotes, so I'm not too worried about poison. We will burn one here, just because it's probably a good idea to cure poison as soon as possible. I think poison in this game is a little bit less aggressive than in future games. in future games, the poison like dictates based on how much health you have. So like let's say Yuna has 263 health. It would do like a fourth of like the max HP or something, or the current HP depending. And so like you might see poison do like 50 damage over a turn, and obviously that's a huge amount of damage. But that's not how this game calculates it. So it's less of a worry essentially. So we have Provoca there. Is there anything north then? Because I'm essentially going to be riding along, I think, what I've already like done, if that makes sense. I mean, we'll see. I hope Bolt goes off soon, just to get this over with. Alright, there it is. Perfect. And that is going to be certainly lethal. I think I just messed it up. I somehow like went around, because this area should be where the what am I doing? Where am I? Obviously that's, what is that? Is that Cornelia? Let's find out. I'm just rediscovering all these towns. It is really cool though. I do wish there was a map. I could probably just make one, but that would be a lot of work. Like just from like it would almost not be worth it, because the entire video would just be me mapping out coordinates, which probably isn't ideal. I think that's actually a good middle ground. They should give you coordinates of where you are. Not a map, but just like, you know, you're around this area. If that's Provoca again, then I'm gonna look so silly. But I feel like I should investigate these towns, or I'm like, what is that? Like, is that something important? I feel like it is a town that I've been to before, because the fiends and monsters I'm facing, they're such a lower power level. I'm kind of like, you know, it's got to be a place I've been, right? We maybe should worry about Vivi here at 89 health, but it's probably not a big deal. And then we will use our mage to cure up. The reason I'm getting really aggressive with this is we're just about to enter a town, so it doesn't really matter about MP. Giga Swarm. So I guess the core question is, does this world wrap around? Like if I keep on heading west, do I just... Is it like a globe? Like, is it an actual globe, like, kind of town? Which I know that sounds weird, because, I mean, obviously I know the real world is a globe, but is this how this game works, too? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I went around in a circle. This is the silliest moment. Alright, well, we're gonna go to the inn again. And then we are going to go back onto our ship. Let's actually talk to Mr. Melmond guy again, just to make sure. I fled here from Melmond, a town far to the west. What a horrible sight that was, the earth rotting and monsters attacking as soon as night fell. Please help us. The earth fiend rots the earth. So that is most likely where we're going to find him. We got to go to Melmond and we got to help him out. That is our our next location. Hoping to avoid... Okay. We're not going to avoid a fight yet. That should be enough, right? Oh, it looks like they have about 50 health then if they're not going down there. Yeah, paralyzing Orin isn't ideal just because he's such a pivotal part of this party, especially when we're doing the physical attacks. But it's, you know, it's just something we'll deal with. It's not a big deal because we're facing like ghasts. Like it's such a low level enemy, you're kind of just slightly annoyed. So we need to head west. So clearly we've been heading west. One shark should not be a problem, and we should be able to win this fight really easily. And that's gonna do it. That is that's a lot of damage. Interesting. I think that is near Matoya's cave. That little sand, like desert kind of area. I think that's next to Matoya's cave. I could be wrong, but that's what I recall. Yeah, Matoya's cave. That's all fine. That's actually really nice to get a preemptive strike, because we can just bolt him down. No big deal, right? Do I head north then? This is a really tough decision. Like, I don't think I just keep on heading west. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But I think this map definitely loops around. Like, honestly, that's kind of the main thing I'm trying to figure out right now. Which, in my memory, I think it does loop. So if I keep on going north, I'm just going to hit, like, the same land I've already hit. Like, it's not going to be a big barrier like a lot of the other games. And by a lot of the other games, I'm speaking from the experience of, I've played the ones I've stated. So maybe Final Fantasy 1 through 6, they all do this, and I'm just not aware. So obviously we hit land. That's new. That is new. And that is big. So they said in the north, something went down. That's how I understood it. And if I can find a port, I'm here to find out what went down. Is there any port? Please let me land. I will crash this ship into the land if I need to. I'm getting really good RNG on the fights though. Like I'm getting, like not really enemies. I'm not getting a lot of fights. And the fights I'm getting are just like one enemy that's like easily dispatched. So all in all, this is going very well. I mean, look at this, preemptive strikes all over the place. I don't even need to use magic here. I can just wipe them out. Easy peasy. There has to be a way to land, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe I need the airship to land there. That is a possibility. Because I believe there's an airship in the game, because they had specifically mentioned a stone that allows things to float, which, I mean, that sounds an awful lot like an airship. So I might be looking at an area I can't quite work with yet. we got another shark to deal with. Yeah, we'll deal with the shark. On the open sea, and it's a little bit lonely. We're trying to figure out where to go. Oh, wow. Immediately. Not a big deal, though. Alright, got a little bit of experience, a little bit of gil. It's a good time. I'm trying to think where I want to go here. I think I should have had... What is this? There's all these cool areas, but I'm kind of like, how do I get to them? You know what I mean? That almost looks like Melmond, and I know I've called every single settlement I've seen Melmond, but does that town not look like it's decaying? Like, I mean, look at that town. That looks dead. So I think that's a good enough place. It could be a dying town. And the reason I'm not using magic at this point is because we haven't found land or another town to hit yet. I might use that. I might need that magic later on. So it's really wasteful to just kind of blow it now and just like use it all for no real reason. It doesn't make a lot of sense. That should be enough for the Sagine. And then we are gonna have to heal up Orin. He's taking a large amount of damage. It seems that whoever's first in the slot takes the most damage in fights. So it might be worth, like, if you're gonna do the game, like, playthrough and everything, you might want a warrior there with huge defense. And then you'd probably be fine. They just take the brunt of all the damage and then you're just kind of hanging out. Definitely wasted a potion at the end there. So obviously not a way to land there. That's fine though. We'll kind of scour the edge of the continent and see if we can land somewhere. And once we find the Earth Fiend, our strategy remains the same. We're just going to, I mean, if we can land here, we're just going to haste our monk and just have him just punch. Like there's no end to the punching days. And then just one more shark to deal with. Shouldn't be too bad. That should do it. I mean, out of all the monsters we fight, I think the sea-based ones might be the most because we've had so many fights. I probably should use magic here just because there's so many. That's good. Our white mage has not been hitting shots lately, so it is nice to see her kind of be a little bit more useful than before. As I say that, Vivi starts missing shots too. It's a little bit rough. Can we use a cottage on the sea? I believe so. I mean, that's an important question though. So we're really just circumnavigating this continent, seeing if we can land anywhere. Oh, come on, there's so many towns, but there's no actual docks. If I find a dock, this would be nuts. Like that would be massive. There'd be so much to explore. Maybe that's just too easy to get a dock to explore. Maybe there's got to be something else we got to do here. I'm gonna use fire. That should be enough, right? It's the last privateer. Man. I feel like I've been around this whole continent. Or island, or I don't know what you want to call it, really. It's so tough because I feel like I know where I have to go, but I don't know how to get there. I think we still have Bolt active. Oh, maybe not anymore. Okay, we're not quite out of it yet. I know this video is running a little bit long. I'm hoping to get some form of like a landfall before we call it. I don't think it's meant to be. At least not here. I'm gonna burn through some magic here. We might have to look for a familiar territory. Alright, so I think we're going to finish off this battle and end it here. What I'm probably going to do is I'll look for a dock off camera, and once we find that, then we'll see what we can do. It's just not, I don't know, I feel like it's not as entertaining if we are just kind of getting stuck for a substantial amount of time. But I'll keep the camera running, then we'll cut to in the next video we'll cut to where we find something. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Was it episode 11?